This is the most expensive blue paint in the world. It comes from these Lapis Lazuli rocks, extracted from mines in Afghanistan. But you can't just crush up Lapis Lazuli and turn it into paint like you would with many other natural pigments. It takes a laborious process to create the color called ultramarine blue. We found it priced as high as $460 for a 225 milliliter tube of oil paint. That was on sale. This identically sized tube of synthetic ultramarine costs only $19. Lapis lazuli pigment has been expensive since ancient times, but modern-day artists have the option of a much cheaper alternative. So why do some still favor the natural stuff? And why is it so expensive? The first step in turning lapis lazuli stone into paint is to crush it. Next, keep crushing it.
Sometimes I sneeze and it's blue. I mean, it's my hair, they would be all blue.
Pigment maker Mohammed Irfan's goal is a fine powder. But not too fine, or else he will have a difficult time extracting the bright blue lazurite from the other minerals in the stone. If the lazurite isn't pure enough, you end up with a muddy, grayish color, rather than the true blue ultramarine is known for. That's because the lapis lazuli rock contains a mixture of minerals that, left in the mix, can dilute the color of the finished product.
Can you see the blue parts? So it's all lazurite. It's lazurite, pyrite, silicate. So our job is to remove all those impurities and just extract lazurite.
But isolating pigment isn't easy. When Business Insider visited Mohammed's workshop in Canada, he showed us the Cennini Method, named after the Italian painter who most famously described it. It's one of the oldest and most labor-intensive ways to turn lapis lazuli into Fra Angelico, the purest ultramarine blue pigment. It takes longer and produces less pigment than other methods, so it's usually reserved for specialty orders.
We extract lazurite by Cennini Method when we are supplying to different museums and for the restoration projects.
What separates the Cennini Method from other methods is that the powder gets turned into a dough. Mohammed heats the lapis lazuli powder with beeswax, pine resin, mastic gum, and linseed oil.
See, like this one, mastic. So when I'm doing this, I sometimes start eating them, you know, it's so good.
Traditionally, the mixture is stored for a week and kneaded every day. Instead, Mohammed rolls his dough into little balls and lets them dry for 2 or 3 days.
Wow, it smells so good. This reminds me, you know, actually I was raised in Pakistan, the north of Pakistan, with pine trees. All over you can see the pine trees, and it feels me when I'm smelling this one. It looks like I'm in that area of my childhood where I grown up. I used to make long sticks and then extract it with hand, but I don't use hands now. I have another machine.
This is an even bigger deviation from Cennini's original method. He specified that the pigment should be washed out of the dough by hand, specifically the hands of a young girl. Mohammed's method is mostly hands-free, opting for a ball mill that tumbles the dough balls with steel balls and hot water.
They will push each other, and you know, it will create it will help to take out these lazurite. It will make them soften, and so the lazurite is going to come quickly and easily.
After about 2 hours, the lazurite will be pulled into the water, leaving the other minerals stuck in the dough.
If I remove this water, you can see this. This is all Fra Angelico. But it needs washing 5-6 more times.
After the final wash, Mohammed will run the drained pigment through a dehydrator. And in about 2 hours, it's ready to use.
So now you can see this is a beautiful color, and I'm really happy with the results.
It's not much.
See, with the 400 gram of using lapis lazuli, we only got this much, and this is around 20 to 30 gram. This size of the jar of Fra Angelico Cennini, it sells around $190.
Mohammed's company De Miro produces 4,000 to 5,000 pounds of lapis lazuli pigment every year, mostly using a secret method that he took 6 years to develop. While the Cennini method can take up to 4 days to produce 1 kilo of pigment, Mohammed's method yields up to 20 kilos in a single day.
That's for the bulk orders. Like Michael Harding, we supply to him, so his orders are usually like 200 to 400 kilo. So that we cannot extract by the Cennini method.
Mohammed has spent nearly his whole life thinking about lapis lazuli. He grew up in Pakistan on the border of Afghanistan, the region where most of the world's lapis lazuli comes from.
I think I was 7 or 8 years old, and someone brought lapis rough to show to my grandfather. And at that time when I saw lapis, I got so fascinated with its pyrite and the color, and I thought like, oh, what is this?
But getting lapis lazuli from Afghanistan these days is more than a matter of expense. In June 2025, we sent a videographer to see how lapis lazuli is mined at Sari Sangi, the largest source of the stone in the world. From the capital city of Kabul, it's about a 10-hour drive to Faizabad. Then it's another 5 hours or so to the remote mine, across treacherous mountain roads. After the daunting journey, what we found was not what we were expecting.
و اما به صورت پراگنده اگر مدتی بسیار کم جزئی هم اگر کار میشد دیگه امارت اسلامی دیگه مقطع مکتوبی رسمی که 1 سال بیشتر میشه مکمل مادین بند ساختگی است.
We'd coordinated with the Ministry of Culture and Information, which either didn't know or didn't give us any indication the mine wouldn't be operational. We don't know exactly why the mines have closed, but they've been under Taliban control since it took over in 2021, following the US's withdrawal from the country. Lapis lazuli from Afghanistan has come under criticism for potentially funding the militant fundamentalist movement. But it's still the world's highest quality source of the stuff. The mines here are saturated with lazurite, making the stones bluer and more intense than lapis lazuli found elsewhere. Afghanistan is also the location of the first known use of lapis lazuli as a pigment. These 6th or 7th century wall paintings near the Buddhas of Bamiyan, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, used generous amounts of ultramarine. Since then, it's been used by artists all over the world, like in this 16th century copy of the Book of Kings from Persia, or in Vermeer's Girl with a Pearl Earring from the 17th century. During the Renaissance, lapis lazuli was the highest quality and most expensive shade of blue painters could buy. Its luxury status, combined with the Christian symbolism of blue representing divinity, meant they used it almost exclusively in religious contexts, like the robes of the Virgin Mary. And Michelangelo reserved it for the heavens in the Last Judgment. These days, you don't need funding from the Pope to afford a version of ultramarine blue. Artists can now use a cheaper synthetic option. Today, it sometimes costs 24 times less than the natural stuff. And while the two varieties are mostly identical, artists will still reach for the pricier natural one for certain occasions.
Lapis lazuli has a crystalline structure, so it reflects light. And the synthetic one, it absorbs more light. So that's when you'd see the difference of synthetic after painting, it's like the lapis is going to be more brilliant, more vivid than the synthetic one.
Some artists like the textural quality a natural pigment provides. There's also simply the bottom line to consider.
It adds value to their artwork. So when they're using synthetic, if someone is selling a painting for, let's suppose, $1,000, but when they use Lapis Lazuli pigment, they can sell the same painting for $5,000.
To turn the pigment into paint, Mohammed mixes it with oil.
It's so smooth that even I haven't used it. It mixes so well if it's made properly. You don't need to use the Mueller. I use walnut oil for when I'm checking, because it's not so yellow. So it's really give me the real shades and color, and I can check its quality. For the last 10 years, the demand has gone so up, even individual artists and plus the companies. And especially the last 3-4 years, because of the AI, I see the big demand for the real artwork now. So our target is to make it available for everyone, so we can share the beauty of this beautiful rock and pigment with everyone.